All right, today I'm going to share like all of the service delivery systems, processes, frameworks, SOPs, etc. that I've used in my agencies. And so yeah, I'm like nothing fancy here. I'm just going to show you what we did, and then you can hopefully get some inspiration from us and copy me if you want. Okay. So one of the companies or one of the agencies I ran called Realtor AI. Who gives a fuck about the name? Okay. We called this system, so like our system, our unique mechanism was called passive video prospecting, with a huge emphasis on videos, being front end videos in the ads and VSLs, etc. Right. So granted, you want to have a cool, unique name for your thing. And basically, our tagline was how we're creating infrastructure for agents to predictably add 2 to 3 extra deals per month without ever having to chase a lead again because they come to you. Okay. Now I'm just gonna share with you like the entire everything. I've got an entire Figma chart here. I'm going to share with you all the systems, all the bonuses, and also a bit of the framing that we took, and also the deliverables, so you can see what we actually were delivering for them. Okay, so we framed it as growth partners, right? So when someone comes on, this is what we show them: is we show them this entire Figma board. Even on sales calls, we show them this is how it looks, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to audit your entire acquisition systems and just kind of your entire business in general, right? We want to answer some key questions, which is what I made an ICP worksheet for, so with things like, what's the geographic target market? Who do you like working with? First-time home buyers, move-up sellers, empty nesters, luxury, etc. Who can you relate to the most, right? Who can you add the most value to? And then what is the buyer persona of the people you like to work with? The background, demographic, interest, common objective, goals, fears, etc. Now, the reason why we want to get this from the real estate agent is not only so they can have clarity on who they work with, but for us, when we're creating the ads, creating the offers, creating the VSLs, creating the scripts, etc., we know how we can target exactly the specific person that our agent wants to work with, okay? And of course, yes, this is for real estate agents, but a lot of this stuff can apply to other local service-based businesses as well. Okay. Now, once we've audited this, we'll do this on a consultation call, and we'll create a strategy of what we're going to do to scale forward. On this call, we'll also talk about some other things, which is like brand optimization, social media strategy, Google review campaigns, etc. Just things to do to get quick wins, right? Like typically, especially in real estate, there's a really long buying cycle. It just takes a lot of time. Things going to escrow, blah, 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 lawyers involved. You get the gist, right? And so what we want to do is we want to try and decrease the time it takes for them to see results and be happy with our service. And so we would do that in the form of having these audit calls, optimizing their brand and their reputation online, whether that be Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, their newsletters, all that fun stuff, right? So make sure that they feel like, wow, they're getting value from us right from the get-go instead of delaying it like most people do, okay? Now, back to, I guess, step 2, the second thing we do once we onboard clients. If I can move this over a little bit, we're a little laggy, that's okay. I don't have the best setup here, is we're going to build, implement, and optimize. So once we've kind of created this game plan, now we're going to build, implement, and optimize the system, the infrastructure that we're actually going to build out for them. And this is obviously going to be the passive video prospecting system, which I just mentioned is our main thing. So how we actually do this is quite simple. I'll break it down simply. First thing we do is we get attention via ads, right? Like we mark, like eyeballs don't just come out of thin air. You have to do something to get the eyeballs. Now, you can even do this with content as well, and we recommend doing content in conjunction with ads because it makes your ads more profitable and gets you more conversions in the long run, because a lot of people will click on ads but not directly convert, but then maybe they'll follow you or check out your content. If you have good content, they'll convert later, right? But we need to get some sort of initial eyeballs, and it just happens to be easier to pay for them than to hope and pray that they come to you organically, which is why we use paid ads as a main acquisition source, okay? And the reason for this is like we just said here, right? Ads are scalable, predictable, targeted, and efficient, right? If your ads are running good, you got a winning ad, you just put more budget in and you scale. With content, can't do that as much. If you have a winning video, you can't just make the video do more, like you just have to hope it's a good video. And so we would just show them an example of what one of our ads would look like, just so they can get an idea of what it would look like. Okay, so very simple, right? It's just a simple ad, just to show them an idea of what it would look like to work with us and how things will look. Okay. Step number 2 is once we get the attention via ads, we want to direct and own this attention via VSL funnels. Now, there's a few different ways you could do VSL funnels. You could do front end VSLs, middle funnel VSLs, or back end VSLs. It doesn't actually really matter. Like it does matter, and there's some differences. But the point is, you just want to have some sort of video to nurture the leads, so we can start to book inbound appointments without doing as much work on the front end. Now, granted, by doing this, right, you might book less appointments because you don't have a setting team, etc. But the way we offered and framed this to our clients is, hey, we're going to get you inbound appointments, right, that compound over time, so you don't have to pay us for the rest of your life, which is the whole point of building the system and giving it to them. Okay, so direct and own the attention via VSL funnels. And so just to show you what this would look like, right, here's an example of a landing page. Looks just like this. Okay. So step 1 of 2, and this is actually an example of something for real estate agents, but we help real estate agents escape rat race, blah, blah, blah. Step 1 and 2, watch the training below, right? So similar is something we would do like that for them to nurture and qualify prospects on the front end, which you can see here. Pre-nurture and qualify cold audience using VSL, right? So we call this lead farming, which is essentially getting a bunch of leads and then planting the seed that we might be the person helping them in the future instead of trying to convert them right then and there, right? Especially in real estate, people aren't ready to buy right then and there, right? At least not everyone is. A lot of the market is just still kind of looking, they're still kind of whatever. And so if you try and go for the close, you're missing out on a lot of the market. So we try to do instead is just capture all the markets and then filter down the people who do want to buy now or sell now, and then get those people who want to buy or sell later to convert later. But we have to capture the audience, you have to capture the attention in order to market to them later. Okay. Anyways, step number 2 is after you've owned the attention, what we do is we'd have an assistant. So we'd place an assistant in their business. This business would nurture the cold calling audience and start lead farming. And so you can build an AI assistant, or you can have an actual live setter in their account calling the leads and setting appointments for them, right? But the whole point of this is that the agent isn't doing the calling. The assistants are doing the calling for them, so we can book and pre-qualify appointments in their calendar. Now, granted, if the agent doesn't want calls, right, if they don't want appointments, if they don't want to, take whatever in-house appointments, even online appointments, you could do live transfers, or you could just give the lead off to your agent, but that's something you can chat with them about. I'm just sharing what we did, okay? Boom, 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 boom. If you go down to assistant here, right, this is how you passively prospect, is right? The agent isn't doing any of this work. All this work taken care of, so the agent can just sit back, relax, and enjoy for the most part until they have to actually pick up the phone and call some of the leads that we are qualifying and sending to them, okay? Now, here's the thing, is like we said, most people won't buy now. And so what we would do is we also created a 10-year passive and personalized touchpoint system, which looks like this, which is essentially literally a 10-year passive and personalized system to nurture leads indefinitely until they convert, essentially. And so they just get put in this huge entire automation that keeps getting followed up with until they decide, like, hey, I'm ready, right? And the whole point of this is we want to make sure that the lead we got today still remembers us and thinks about us in 6 months, 6 years, whatever, until they're ready to buy, right? Because like I said, most people aren't ready to buy or sell right now, so we want to capture all the attention. So that is what our main actual system look like. And then just to break down a bit more of the deliverables, just so you can see if this will load, is here some of the bonuses, if you will, right? So 7th level sales training, right? So just like sales training, we had a document from 7th level we gave them. Consulting, so we'd hop on weekly consulting calls to help them get better with their sales, their follow-up, etc. Team training, right? So if they had a team, we'll also help train the team. Retargeting campaigns, another thing we included is retargeting campaigns, right? Especially if they have a YouTube channel, right, or have a pretty good presence on social media. We would also run retargeting campaigns for them. CRM is what they get access to, which is obviously GOI level. Automated Google My Business posts and SEO, so just a little extra thing to rank higher on Google and increase their brand reputation. It's just a few Google My Business posts and some SEO work to make sure they rank higher and people search for them. Content strategy, give them a bit of a strategy on what to do for content to make the ads more profitable, and obviously compound some of those leads as well. Renurture campaigns, which is as simple as it sounds, renurturing, right? So people that have previously opted in, we want to renurture them forever so they eventually come work with us. Auto Google review requests from obviously old clients, database reactivation campaigns, and then the biggest selling point of our entire thing was you get to own the system for life, right? So we partner up on a one-time setup fee plus a commission basis, right? Performance-based deal for the next 6 months. After that, you own the system. Now, the cool thing is most people, after working with you for 6 months, after getting stellar results, don't want you to go away. They want you to keep running the ads for them, etc. So then you can just pitch them a monthly retainer or a performance-based offer to continue working with them on a longer time horizon, right? But some people are like, hey, thank you for helping me. You give them the system and away you go. Okay, simple as that. And then here was just a screenshot of what it looked like to have their CRM so they could see how their opportunities were actually broken down, right? From new leads, showed leads, no showed, called, follow up, engage, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so this is literally step by step the exact process we used to get our clients results. So I hope that gives you some inspiration of some things you could do for your clients and get them better results, because client results is number one. If you can't get client results, you do not have a business. So hope me sharing this kind of give you some cool ideas of things you could perhaps do. Obviously, some of the most important things are make sure you actually run good ads. Ads, as you can see in this, is only 1/3 of the actual, you could argue it's 1/20th of the actual thing, but in reality it's about 1/3 of it. The other 2/3 really come from the nurturing and the setting, right? So ads are just getting attention. Setting is actually setting that attention, and nurturing is getting those people who did book to be nurtured and people who didn't book to book in later. So that's the 3 biggest things. So don't just run ads for your clients, also help nurture and convert. Okay, there's 3 parts to any business. You have to get traffic. Okay, you have to nurture the traffic, you have to convert the traffic. Okay, so make sure you hit on all three of those. You don't just hit on one, which is most people do, and they just run ads, and then they wonder why their clients don't get results. Take more ownership, do more for your clients, which you can do with things like VSL funnels, CRMs, nurturing, assistants, teams, setters, etc. Boom, bam, bitterly damn. That's all for today. And why can't I end this video?